Hello again and welcome to February. So this month has started off a little bit rough, in all honesty. I had absolutely zero work, as I kind of alluded to in the last vlog. But I spoke to my mate Luke and he's managed to get me some work in last minute. However, the problem is that I'm in Hook. Now, anyone au fait, if I should put up on the screen here, the distance that I've got to travel at the minute, it's quite immense for a day's work. However, my van's really good on fuel and I don't mind. Got an audio book on, I'll just plough through. So I've got 3 days down here, well, 2 days here and then a day back at the job I was in South West London in, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, SW13. Was it Chiswick? Chiswick. So, and then from then on, I've got absolutely diddly squat. Other bits that I've been looking at is my business banking account. So no work, and now I'm looking at other bits. Hang on, I'll start another clip. So I've been looking at my bank account. I'm currently with Monzo, and it's going up to £9 a month, and I'm looking at it, and I've been looking into a bank called Metal by NatWest. Now, they do seem to do all the same stuff, but it's a free account. And not only is it a free account, but you get some accounting software for free called Free Agent, which one of my customers really recommended. So I'm thinking of just changing over, and then because Free Agent on its own is, I think it's 20 something pounds, £30. So, you know, get a bank account, save myself £9 a month, and then get that for free. It seems like a no-brainer. And especially with me thinking about going limited and stuff like that, I definitely need to start using accounting software. So I'm going to try and sort that out this month and get things rolling. We'll just make sure that I've got everything changed over on my invoices and everything else, so someone doesn't try and pay me in the other account. I mean, I'll keep it open for a couple of months for the changeover period. But yeah, so that's one thing I've been looking at. Start another clip. The other thing that's reared its head is my NAPIT assessment. I know everyone calls it NAPIT, but to me it's spelled NAPIT. Anyway, so that's coming around, so I've had to submit 3 addresses to them, and yeah, I think they pick one. I mean, the only thing with that, I get why they want to have it random, because they don't want you to sort of pigeonhole. They want to pick at random to see what your work's like. It's just that it's logistics of it and trying to get the customer in. So I've not had to experience a revisit before, but sort of trying, I suppose if you've got 3 addresses, there's 3 chances. So I'm going to contact all 3 of the clients that I've recommended. One of them's, I'm hoping that you guys are going to see a lot more of. I've done a video on a Wilex board, but he's hoping to do quite a lot of work there. So it's like battery storage systems and upgrades, car chargers, all sorts of bits going on there. So potentially there's quite a bit of work and some interesting work to show you guys. So that's one of the sites. One of them's one that I showed you last month, so I can take them there, which is around the corner from my house, but it's an ongoing building site. It's a bit of a nightmare there. And the other one is an awesome guy, Keith, who's up in Stortford, who found me through this. So hello Keith, if you're watching. So yeah, I got that, and it's another bill coming out, which is a bit unfortunate. But I'm gonna put some feelers out, I think, and try and do a month or 2 of just pure subbing, like try and really smash it. Because, I mean, unless the phone starts ringing off the hook, but I just want to try and get ahead. The new financial year's coming around. I'm feeling it after Christmas. I think I discussed it last month. It's when you're self-employed and you have time off, it's like a double hit, because you have the time off, obviously, and then you're not earning any money, but it's like it's delayed kick with it, because while I was off, I was still owed invoices, and it's like coming in, and then when you come back, you've got to wait for the invoices that you're doing to come in. Hopefully that makes sense. So it's like a massive delay kick. So by the time at end of January came around, a load of invoices came in and I was like, whew, it's fine. But yeah, it's just sort of bankrolling it. I am clever with money and do put stuff away, so I'm not completely broke. And if I had no work for a month, I would survive. But that's not what I'm looking to do. Obviously, I want to thrive rather than survive. Anyway, yeah, so it is it Tuesday? I want to say it's the 4th, but if I've got the wrong date, it's on the screen now. And hopefully things are going to get a bit better and go on. But I'll keep you guys posted with how stuff is going on business-wide this month. That's the whole point of these sort of monthly videos, and anything else that comes up or anything else I want to moan about anyway. As you can see, I'm in a derelict flat. It was a warehouse sort of building that was converted into flats, and then the roof just filled up with water, the guttering failed, and then it collapsed, and then it flooded so many flats. I mean, if I flick you around, you can see like the water damage, all the skirtings. This is one of the better flats, and yeah, it's a lot of work going on here. And I've just been doing an EICR here and just replacing some smoke alarms. Anyway, that's it for Tuesday. Okay, join me in the back of the van. It's Thursday I want to say 5th or 6th. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to overlap over on the screen here how far the bot was to this job. So I'm in Hackney. It's cost £17, over £17. I can't remember the exact amount. To park here for 2 hours for an EICR, but the parking is so rubbish that I've had to come and park miles away from it. Well, it's not miles, but it's like a 5-minute walk. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but you've got tools to carry. Obviously, if I need something from the van, it's another 5 minutes there, 5 minutes back. So it's adding on time, which is then eating into my parking time, which can cost me money. And the parking situation in London is just so diabolical. They need to do something for trades, because it's not fair that I have to park my vehicle so far away in a rough area where it's likely to be broken into. And yeah, I could lose my whole livelihood and not know about it. I mean, the alarm could go off and I would never hear it. Not that it might prevent it or stop it, but there's half a chance. Anyway, that's my rant for today. I'm a little bit out of breath. I don't know if that clip would have finished on this screen. I'll speed it up. Probably be enough time with this clip. Anyway, yeah, just doing the day of subbing in and around town for my mate Luke. I like doing jobbing. It's you just never know what you're going to get. I mean, the parking can be a right nightmare, but it's just something you get used to. I mean, they just had the trades march down to Parliament Square about tool theft and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. But it's hopefully them highlighting this, it's going to get more people on board and hopefully get more prosecutions for people that break into vans and steal tools. So it steals our livelihoods. It's stealing food out of our children's mouths and our mouths, and if you ain't got kids. But anyway, van rant. Okay, it's Saturday the 8th of February. I'm down in Camden at the minute, so I'm returning to a job that I did back in, I want to say August last year. Some garden lights. So basically, I've wired up the lights, 3 lights, no issue with them tripping or anything like that. It's the kinetic switches. So I've put a kinetic switch in, and it's a dual receiver one. And there's a PIR at the one end of the garden, and there's a PIR by the house. So when you come out in the evening, the lights come on to light the walkway, and if you come home in the evening, it's the same thing, lights up the walkway. There's 2 channels because I thought, right, this is my thinking. In the summer, they might want to sit outside, so we want an override switch on it. So I thought I want it in a convenient place, didn't want to do any damage. So on the second channel of the kinetic switch, I've wired that to a normal kinetic switch. So you can click that, and so the second channel will override everything else. So the 2 switch lines are linked together. This was my theory. However, for whatever reason, it is just not working out. I don't know if it's just the area and things are getting interfered with, and we're in Camden at the minute. I don't know if it's just loads of interference around here. I don't know if it's what I've done and they're not designed to be used that way, but whatever it is, they just keep mucking up. So what I'm planning to do now is I'm going to put an override switch in the cupboard where the kinetic switches are, the kinetic receivers are, which isn't as convenient for the customer because they're currently outside in the garden. So you can just click, sit outside in the nice outdoor area, and then yeah, just chill. But when you click off that, it seems to send a kill switch that then knocks the PIRs off, and they won't work again until like the next day. It's a really weird thing. And then they got stuck on at one point, which was another bit of a, I just don't know what the hell's going on with them. But I offer warranty with my work, so I'm not going to be I've come back obviously and try and get everything sorted for people, because it's my reputation and I obviously want my customers to be happy. So yeah, that's why I'm here on a Saturday. A sunny Saturday. Is absolutely
bucketing down and just miserable. So yeah, what I'm going to do today is I'm taking out that dual receiver one, just in case it's that at fault, because I don't have to keep coming down. This is the issue when you don't work local. So I live in Harlow, and so for me to come down here, distance isn't far, but the traffic can be. So hence why I've planned it for a Saturday, and it's currently like 10:30. Sort of, not too bad traffic. But I'm going to take out the dual receiver and put in a single one, and I'm going to have that be switched by the PIRs, because I don't think that they're at fault, because I've done it at a neighbour's house. This is why I did it, and there's been not one issue there. Been in over a year, and it's completely fine. And then I'm going to put an override switch in the cupboard where those receivers are, and it's not as convenient because they're going to have to go up there to click the switch to bring the lights on permanently if they're going to sit outside and entertain guests or whatever. But yeah, what I don't want to have to do is keep coming back here every few months because something's gone wrong with the switching. So yeah, it can be a bit of a pain, and obviously I'm coming back here for free and I'm losing money. Well, not losing money, I mean it's costing me fuel and stuff, and it's just my weekend being taken up. But you can see by it can soon mount up, but with lost time and stuff like that, it can soon mount up. But obviously I want my customers to be happy, so that is what I'm doing today. I don't have any work next week at the minute, so Monday and Tuesday I've got bagel, but well, I say that I've booked work in. I could have had work, but I booked it for further away because I was kind of wanting to book that in, and hopefully something else come in, because it's only like a half-day job. So I'm hoping to book something else in the afternoon. Anyway, but I'm hoping to chat to a few people to get a bit more subbing work going on. That's the plan anyway. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to show you anything in here, to be honest, because yeah, I've never filmed in this house and I don't really plan to. But the February woes continue. Bad weather and bad luck. Oh, and also, hang on, can I flip this camera around? Bloody cracked my window screen. Driving behind a bloody lorry and it cracked it. Anyway, I need Gengar to give me a bit of luck. Come on, boy, give us some luck. For fuck's sake.
I've had a look at that job, and it turns out that it wasn't anything that I've done or any of the equipment I installed that's at fault. It is foxes, squirrels, or other pests that are at fault. So this is the device I installed. This is a kinetic PIR. Now, if you have a look here, I don't know how well it's going to show on camera, but can you see that little bit? Oh, geez, I've dropped it. See that? It's like a, how do I make it focus? See the little tooth mark in it, and it's been lifted up, so something's actually bit it and compromised the IP rating of this, so water's got in and killed this device. So it's nothing I've actually done, which is good, because you start sort of, it can knock your confidence and stuff like that. Like, obviously I'm a new business and everything else, and you're like, oh man, I don't want to have callbacks of jobs and whatever else, and you just think it can make you look bad in front of the customer. Because I was thinking, oh, I'm like, something I've installed and designed hasn't worked. So it's a bit of a relief that it's not anything that I've done. I mean, I have been called back there before for God knows what other reasons, but I would say don't ever install these bloody things. But yeah, rodent damage is or vermin. There's foxes, squirrels, cats, all sorts, and they've just gone, yeah, that looks like a tasty snack, and gone for it. And underneath this lid here, that's where you adjust the sensors, so all the water's got in there and just absolutely mullered the device. So I can order a replacement there. I'm honouring my, I could say, right, well, it's not my fault, I'm going to charge you a call-out charge and whatever else, but it's one of my earliest customers, a really nice guy, and I was like, look, I'm going to, because basically one of the sensors, when the porch light comes on, which is on a microwave sensor, blinds the PIR to this, and then it thinks it's the daytime, so it won't come on. So that's an oversight on my part. So I've moved that, angled it, so it's under an awning as well, so there's no water going to get on it. It is IP67, but it's best to be safe. And then I've angled it so it picks you up in both directions. I said, look, see how you get on with that, rather than you paying for me to come back and replace this device. They're not expensive, but obviously
I'm not expensive, but it's a cost you can do without. So he said like, oh, I'll see how I get on, and if I want it, then I'll get a quote off of you. So yeah, happy days. That's lighting my mood a lot today. I could do with a win. I mean, I still lost having to come down to Camden, but still a win. Anyway, let's see if I get any work on Monday then. Right, it's Monday the 10th, and you join me at that refurbishment house project thing. The customers said that they can't get these sockets. They said that the box is loose and they can't get the box back. And what it is I mean, I can't see what the issue is. That does go back. There's no accessory screws here. If I flip you around, the one over there, which is the one that's actually been added, they said that one, the box was loose and coming out the wall, but I mean, I've just screwed it back and it's all fine. So I'm not sure what the hell was going on, to be honest. I'm gonna get some long accessory screws and screw this one back. But I've said to the customer that it's, I'll come back for anything that's my fault, and you know, I provide a warranty for any of my work. But when you're getting called back for something where it's a plasterer's taken something off and they can't get it back, it's not my problem really, is it? A bit of a pain in the bum, but let's get some long accessory screws out and screw it back and see if that does the job. I don't know if it's just because the plaster's overlapping this socket is the reason they can't get it back. Let's have another look. But if it goes back, then do I charge the customer and say, well, not my problem, not my fault, charge him so he can then countercharge his plasterer, who seems to be a bit of a charlatan anyway. The amount he's charged him is unbelievable. And that's back. Yeah. What would you do in this situation? Would you just think, do you know what, it's taking me a minute or two to do, just firm it and say, it's one of them things, keep relationships with the customer, or do you make a point of it? Now, I had no work on today, so I can't exactly say much. But it's the principle of it. Say I was flat out busy, then what? I would have been coming here in the evening and mucking about and whatever else. I'm not going to charge the customer, but it's just like, it's little things like this, just niggling things. I don't like when people say that I've done something wrong, because you know, I take pride in my work and make every endeavour to do things right. That's not saying that I don't make mistakes. Everyone does, we're only human, but anyway. I'll join you in the garage in a sec. Right, ignore the snazzy hat, it's absolutely freezing and I ain't got another woolly hat. But I'm just in the garage now, and I've had a little bit of a sort out. So I've managed to get rid of a load of the rubbish all around this vicinity. I know it still looks like a mess, but that was actually stacked up to here. So I got rid of the rubbish and the cardboard. And yeah, it's a bit clearer there. Need to get rid of this, but it's no good to anyone, to be honest, because like I cut it down to fit in the van with the false floor, so yes, bin job really. But what I'm here to do is get rid of this absolute pile of detritus. So I'm gonna sort through all of this scrap cable and put it into some separate bags of like separate singles, because basically you get a different price for sort of tails, non-stripped, bright, and then the VIR stuff as they call it, which is like twin and earth and this sort of crap. So I'll separate it all into different bags and then hopefully get a decent amount of money. But if I show you the pile, you can have a guess how much you reckon I'm gonna get. I'm guessing not that much, but there is a bit of bright. There's some bright bags buried deep down underneath it. But as I got no work today, I figured I'd get some money earned by getting rid of that cable. But work has picked up. I have work on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday this week. So
It's not too bad, not too bad. I'm back working with Jamie Blayton on Wednesday and Thursday this week. I'm not going to be able to show much, but I might actually incorporate him on the channel, and maybe he'd probably just swear at the camera, to be honest, and then he'll get demonetized or whatever. So anyway, I'm going to get this sorted out, and then I'll show you the piles and you can have a guess. Okay, that's all bagged up and it's looking a lot clearer. So we spin you around. So we have a clearish floor. I mean, I got to clear up all this detritus around it, but there's a little more space there. I've got one bag of like twin and earth sort of cable, and these tails are actually still good, so I'm going to keep those. And then I've got 3.5 bags of tails. So it's like unstripped tails. My plan was to strip them all down, but when you actually, unless you've got one of them machines, oh my god, causing the ruckus. Unless you've got one of those machines, it's really time consuming. And then when I think of what I could earn if I went out to work rather than just sat down and strip it, it's just, yeah, it's just not an economical thing to do really. I could invest in one of those automatic feed-in machines, and then in which case, yeah, that would probably pay for itself on the first go, but it's not something I'm looking at doing anyway. But that is all the tails from the last 2 years, maybe 3 years, of doing fuse boards and different bits and bobs. And when you rip out stuff, just keep your tails. It costs you nothing to separate your waste and just hang on to it. And it's good for the environment and your wallet. So yeah, anyway, so 3.5 bags of that, 1 bag of twin and earth kind of cable. Have a guess. What do you reckon it's going to be? I'm going to run that round now. Right, I'm finally back. I actually drove there, didn't have my wallet, had to come back. Anyway, I got £171.87. So there was about 60 kilos of singles and 10 kilos of VIR. But it's covered me for a bit of a cash injection for today because I ain't got no work. But I have got work for the rest of the week, so fingers crossed, things carry on that way. But it's not bad for an hour's work, really. It's nearly artisan prices.
Right, it's Friday the 14th, Valentine's Day. So I've just had to help the postman in with all my, all my Valentine's Day cards. Oh dear, I'm such a loser. Anyway, so I have been doing a bit of subbing. I actually had a job. In fact, I might put a clip in now of I come across this really low low ZE at an EICR I was doing. So my instrument says less than 0.01 and greater than 20 kA for the PFC. So it was really low, and well, really low earth, really high Ka, and yeah, so my instrument just wouldn't fail, and I didn't have my Charvin Arnoux tester, so you may have seen that in another video. I've got a tester on loan from them, which is a really precise instrument, and it's a proper top end. It's more aimed at kind of bigger installs with that sort of low earth, and you need really precise because it goes to 3 decimal places rather than just doing like little domestic EICRs. So that was quite interesting. And then I had a couple of days working with Jamie Blayton, who hopefully you've gone to check out his channel. He's really good. Doing some metering and stuff, learning a load of stuff because yeah, he's a great guy to work with, really knowledgeable, and yeah, knows his onions, and is just happy to. And I asked loads of questions, so it's a good experience and good opportunity for me. What else is going on? Today I've just got a little job over here in Rayleigh in Essex, which isn't much, but I've been out with a pal and picking his brains, so I'll start another clip. So I went and met a pal last night from AC1 Electrical, so he owns that company. I used to actually work direct for him, and when I first became self-employed, it was him I got most of my work off of, and yeah, he ended up doing quite a lot of social housing, and my work started picking up, so I stopped doing the work. But it was really someone nearly fell over. It was a really good chat because I was sort of speaking to him about where I am in my business and what I'm doing and stuff, and it was just picking his brains. I won't go into details what we were discussing, but it was just really, it was sort of reaffirming certain things and feelings that I was thinking of doing with the business, and then picking his brains about other things to try and develop it, which I'm going to try to implement, because he's a really, really good businessman, and he's got a very successful business. So you can be the best electrician in the world, and doesn't mean you're going to have a successful business, because if you don't do marketing right, if you don't do the business side of things right, and there's just so much to it that I'm so green with, which I'm learning, which you think I'd learned from the beginning, but I've never taken a business course or anything, and I don't know. I'm just kind of, because I was shafted into it quite quickly, I wasn't sort of prepared for the self-employed life. Obviously I wanted to do it, but I wasn't expecting it to be thrust upon me suddenly. And where I've been concentrating on trying to stay afloat and survive, it's like, doing this, that, and the other. It's not, my focus hasn't been on growing and other bits and bobs. So chatting with him was fantastic last night. Really, really good. So yeah, that was the advice I got off of Jamie, was don't waste money on business courses or crap like that. Or if you want to pick someone's brain or learn something, go and take them out for, like, go down the pub and whatever and chat to them about it. Because most people are more than willing to talk about it. Like, what's my mic rubbing? Like if I was chatting to someone and they were like, oh, like they wanted to pick my brain about something that I knew about, say, like, I don't know, inspection and testing or something. Not that I'm claiming to be an expert at it, but if someone took me down the pub and was like, and asked me a question, I would divulge as much as I could. I'd info dump everything I knew about it. Whereas you could then go and pay money. I know people sell courses and do different bits and bobs. There's loads of stuff on YouTube. There's stuff on my YouTube, hopefully, as I grow, that will help people out. Because, yeah, I was giving stuff for free, and most people, you either learn stuff or people teach you, and you shouldn't be gatekeepers of knowledge, should you? I understand people don't want to give away every single secret, but I don't know. I don't really know where I was going with this either. But yeah, it was really interesting, and yeah, I'm going to quickly go and do this job, and I'll chat to you in a sec. Okay, so I'm back in the van. So what I'm planning to do is, speaking to my mate, I'm going to make myself available to him. So I'm going to look through my calendar, and then any time that I'm not going to be having my kids on weekends and stuff like that, and they're busy, I'm going to make myself available to him, because he gets a lot of commercial work, and like EICRs and stuff like that, and it has to be done out of hours. So like weekends and evenings. So I'm going to sort out my schedule, make myself available, and then do some subbing work for him to get a little bit more coin in, to try and smash it out and get a few more bits in before the new financial year. Then I need to chat to an accountant and stuff and see if what I think's the right thing to do is the right thing to do for me as a business. But then go get myself all sorted out so I can start as a limited company in the new financial year. And then, hopefully that gives me a bit more credibility. I think as a sole trader, sometimes you can just look a little bit like not there's anything wrong with one-man bands or anything like that, because I am going to be a one-man band at the end of the day. I do hope to take on an apprentice at some point when the work picks up, but it just makes you look more established and like you're not going anywhere, more legit. So you're on company's house. We can see that you're, an actual business and not just someone that's doing anything moody or anything like that. And I think for terms of my business, it makes more sense financially, because accountants can work their wizardry much better with a limited company, can't they? As far as I know, I don't know. Again, do not listen to me when it comes to anything to do with finance or anything in general. This is just the ramblings of a madman in his van with his Ice Cube shirt on. Right. Yeah, so what I'm planning to do now, so I'm going to get the old girl washed, because, hang on, let me flip the camera around. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see the cobwebs? I don't know if that's coming up on the camera, but there's all cobwebs. The crack is still present. Yeah, get the van washed, because I have not washed this. It's got to be coming up to a year, poor old girl. But the thing is, when the cold water goes on that crack, it is going to spread like a mudder ducker. So, yeah, anyway, get the old girl washed, do a bit of sorting out, and then, become El Casanova for Valentine's Day. Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys later in the week or month or year. No, wait, where are we? 14th? Probably Monday.
Okay, it's Monday the 17th, and I'm on an EICR down in SW, let's say 18. Very far for me. But work's a bit light, so just come down here. If I flip you around, wait, that's not right. Flip you around, it's just an EICR and it's consuming it. It's rare to see an Eaton board inside a domestic dwelling, but in all honesty, it's all been in a decent nick. I don't know if I've showed this before. That's a concentric cable. So this cable here has one core in the outside and then a sheath around it, which is the combined neutral and earth. So it will split here, and then part of the sheath will go into the head here. Live conductor will go in there, and then that's our earthing conductor, which is a certain amount of strands of this. So yeah, there's something there for you. Anyway, it's all I've got on today. I've got a bit of subbing on Wednesday and Thursday, potentially Friday and Saturday as well. So yeah, still a bit quiet on the old work front, but we persevere. I put a story up on my Instagram, which has caused a bit of controversy, where basically I'm sick to death. There's just so many adverts on that platform. It's unbelievable. So it used to be mainly the big accounts, like the company I used to work for. You would have seen me talking about brands on adverts for them. Like I've said in the intro to this channel's video, I felt like I was washed up and used and promoting crap I didn't want. It's not who I am, and I don't want to be promoting crap. That's not to say that I would never take an opportunity like that. I understand why people do it. You know, it's extra money in their pocket. Maybe it is something they really truly believe and want to get behind and are happy to promote. I'm not detracting from people earning extra money and doing their thing, but it's just about choice, isn't it? I don't want to see the advert, so I just said I'm going to be unfollowing people, and it's not anything personal. It's just, I pay for YouTube Premium because I hate adverts. I don't watch terrestrial TV because I don't like adverts. That's it. I'm just a grumpy old man. So but it's upset a few people, and which was never my intention. But yeah, I just don't want to see adverts, because what a lot of brands have done now, I don't know if you guys have noticed as well, rather than pay someone big like my previous employer quite a few £1,000s to run an ad campaign, they can just give it to loads of little accounts, not pay them, or pay them very little, and just give them the product for free, and they will promote it, and then it saturates the market. So many more people see it, or if not exactly the same amount of people see it. So I don't even know if the same big brand deals are out there, in all honesty. But yeah, I understand why people do it, and I'm not saying that there will never be an advert on this channel. If there was something on this channel, it would have to be the most brilliant product in the world. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe, do you know what? Actually, never say never. Maybe I'm going to be a massive sellout. Maybe you can clip this one day and say, oh, he said he would never do this, that, and the other. But I just don't have any need to. The reason I do this is to promote myself and get my name out there, and to try and educate people and apprentices and trainees. There's no other reason. There's no ego in it. There's no nothing. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, check out the size of this gaff. Jeez. It's a massive flat. So many points to inspect. Still got a lot to do, but yeah, I need to do some more bits here, and I'm going home to try and sort out some more. I need to sort out an accountant. I want someone local to me. I want to go and see someone, but it's like off of recommendation. It's like finding a tradesman, I suppose. Like you want a recommendation or someone to tell you they're good, but yeah, so I've got to do that, and yeah, sort things out really. Anything else happened? Not much has happened over the weekend. I kicked my son's ass at football, but that's about it. As you can see, this is the physique of an athlete. Oh dear. Anyway, hopefully I'll catch up with you guys later in the week when I've actually put some of these things into fruition, or I'm just moaning about something else. Right, it's Wednesday the 26th, and you join me in a dark, dank cupboard. This week I've had a load of subbing to do, but on the upside, a load of phone calls have actually come in and messages to my website, so that's cool. My monthly video just went out yesterday or the day before, so it seems to coincide that as these are coming out, I get some inquiries, so it's pretty cool. I mean,
if you need Faultless electrical services, you can always give us a bell. But yeah, so that's actually led on to potentially 3 EICRs, which might lead on to more work. But at the minute, I'm doing some subbing. I've been working with Jamie Blayton. I might put a picture of him here. I don't know if you guys checked him out from what. Well, I did kind of I put his video in I put his website, no, his YouTube in the description, and I'll do the same on this video. So go and check him out. He does some good stuff. But we're doing some metering, and it's really cool CT metering. So I got to do a bit of that and learn a lot about it. Because although I've done a lot of metering for the electricity board, it was whole current metering, so like live in, live out, not CTs. But yeah, I'm hopefully going to see someone on Friday about getting the van wrapped and sorted out. So they're going to sort out design, and yeah, I can get a rough guide for a cost and whatever else for it, because yeah, it's probably going to be quite pricey. But I figure I want to get in this financial year, because I'll see the benefits then. Because every penny I spend on the business, well, every pound I spend on the business, I effectively get 29p back. If that makes sense. For every receipt you can prove for the business, you save a bit on. You don't have to pay tax on it, do you? So if I get it done this side of the financial year, I'll see the benefit. Still toying with the limited side of things, and hopefully I'll have a definitive answer on that on Friday. I'm still just up in the air about bits and bobs, because I'm worried about cash flow in a limited company. But I've spoke to a few people and accountants, and it's like they just sort it all out. They just say, do what you got to do, and they'll sort out the finances. Don't worry about it. So maybe I'm just overthinking things, really. Because as I said before, I've got this massive bill coming out. So I think I said before, actually, I don't know. My building suddenly needed a load of work doing to it. So in my block of flats, and they decided to replace the roof, all of the doors, windows and everything else. I've got like a 50 grand bill that's going to be coming out. I still haven't got the final invoice for it. So I needed that like a hole in the head. But yeah, so money's going to be tight for like the next 10 years, I think. But hey ho. Anyway, my depressing life aside, today I'm just helping out a buddy, putting in a couple of circuits away into this fuse box, which was done by an apprentice. Looks quite neat as well. I've done a good job. Yeah, and then I got another day subbing, and then Friday I'm trying to sort out everything, because it's the last day of the month. I'm trying to get everything sorted, ready to go into March, hitting the ground running. And yeah, I smell like a wet dog, because it doesn't stop fucking raining. Every time I go to the van, it has just been relentless, this rain. Relentless. Anyway, that's enough moaning for today. I'll catch up with you guys on Friday, and fingers crossed I've got some more news about what the hell I'm doing with Faultless Electrical Services. Inquiries on my website. You may have noticed that my beard is getting bushier and stragglier, and I look more and more homeless as I'm going. I kind of made a pact that I wanted to lose weight, and I am losing weight, but I was like, I'm not going to shave until so I have to keep this big annoying beard until I lose the weight that I want to lose. Bear in mind, I want to lose like 3 stone. So expect this to get bigger and bigger as the months go on, because yeah, I'm nowhere near. I mean, I actually have lost a stone, believe it or not. I mean, obviously you can tell. Camera adds 10 pounds. But yeah, so you'll see this keep growing and growing, and I'll look a little bit more homeless. But yeah, go with it. There's method to the madness. I'm not allowed to shave this until I shift some timber, because I've been too much of a fat bleep and enjoying life too much. Now I need some austerity and some rations to get it all off again, because I'm old, fat, and I could just be old instead. Okay, so I missed the 28th completely. Friday went by in an absolute haze. It was a nightmare day. I had a really, really late finish. I had a fault, which was my own doing, which I will put up on the screen somewhere now around my face. I carried out an EICR, and when I screwed back one of the accessories, I was really struggling to get it back. And as I did so, I kept wiggling the cable around, trying to get it to sit right, because it's one of those ones with the
flush plates that you click on, it just wouldn't click on, so I was trying to get it to sit right, and as I did so, the accessory screw just nibbled away a tiny bit of the insulation. So of course, when it's a void property, when they were just going round before it's just about to be let, just went to try all the appliances. As they turned it on, pop, it went bang. So I had to drive all the way to there. So it was a completely honest mistake, and it's I was in a bit of a kerfuffle that day, and it's no really excuse, and it's just advice to people out there. You just you can never be complacent in this job, and you can never rush, and you can never cut corners. You know, it happens to the best of us. You get complacent, or you get a little bit preoccupied with something else, and you take your eye off the game for 1 second, and yeah, it can be a disaster. So yeah, as you can see from that picture, it was a bit of a spectacular bang. But I went there, sorted it all out. Obviously didn't charge the client or anything like that. It's just a bit of an embarrassment on my part, because I normally go round and check everything and click it on before I go, because I don't want to be called back, ironically. But as I didn't do that, it's mucked me up, because I had to go back there and finish late, and it's just the whole thing. Anyway, so I missed that. But I have been in contact with someone about doing the wrap on the van, in discussions at the minute, and doing logos and whatever else. And yeah, so I'll talk to you more about that next month. That's not me trying to tease a trailer or anything like that. I genuinely don't know what's going to go on. Anyway, cheers for watching, and I'll catch you next month.